The new Minecraft 1.18 update has just been released, and it's brought everything we've been waiting for. Incredible new world generation with giant mountain peaks and deep, expansive caves. But I've got just one problem. My hardcore world is old. Like, really old. It was first made in Minecraft version 1.15, and over the last 2 years, I've already explored and loaded so many chunks. So, I want to start over, but I'll explain that later. Have you checked if you're subscribed lately? You may watch my videos all the time and not realize you're actually not subscribed. And if that's you, please consider subscribing. It's free and you can always unsubscribe later. Plus, you don't want to miss out on this incredible 4 million subs party. We're having so much fun inside, I swear. You're missing out. Today's journey can be split into 3 chapters. And chapter 1 is fixing the copper farm. In the previous episode, I built this amazing copper farm, but it had just one fatal flaw. So that's another downside of this farm. Once you leave and come back, you'll have to start it up again. In order to start it, you need to lure a new zombie inside every time. So using some of your suggestions, I'm gonna try to fix that. But a few of you guys suggested to add a zombie with a name tag somewhere on the outside of this farm. And, you know, I'm going to be a brave little Minecrafter and I'm going to try and figure this out on my own with no tutorial. My first attempt was quite simple. Make a chamber for a zombie facing a snow golem and separate the two with some redstone. I got the zombie in with no problem and gave him an awesome name. But after finishing this design, I couldn't help but notice no zombies were spawning. Not to worry, I figured it was because our zombie, Mr. Beast, was separated from the rest of our farm. So I created a window connecting the two, and I even added some more snow golems. But still, nothing. It was time to get serious, and that meant starting the whole thing over. I built a whole new chamber on the roof of the farm and tried luring Mr. Beast to it without him falling to his death. It was a success. I was adapting to every problem. I even learned how to move redstone upwards. And my plan this time was to build more spawning hallways above the rest of the farm, hoping it would lure zombies into the main part of the farm. And to my surprise, it worked. It does work. Oh my god, it actually works. So I went away and finished building a hallway on the other side. But once I came back, I couldn't make it work again. All right, yep. Still nothing spawned. So this just tells me we need to go further. I doubled down. I added 5 times as many snow golems and added 4 more zombies. I even extended both hallways to have a complete second layer on top of this farm. I was betting everything I had on this being the solution, and when the moment came, it delivered. Yes! Yes, we did it! And after just 2 hours of messing around, I had found the solution and I could now start the farm whenever I wanted. It was finally fixed forever. Or was it? This is a couple days later now, and I have some unfortunate news. This solution no longer works. I've been messing around with it for so long now, I could wait here forever, not a single zombie will spawn. And it's really weird because this isn't even the first time I've tried after finishing the farm. So this is telling me there must be some sort of expiration date on the zombies that you use. And pretty much this solution is pointless because I think in order for this to work again, I need to just get more zombies in here. So I may as well not have built any of this. It's a little disappointing, but to be honest, there's no point even trying to fix it now because something tells me we're not going to be seeing this farm for a long time anyway. Chapter 2, the 10,000 block highway. As I mentioned, my world is really old, so in order to properly experience new updates, I need to travel really far out to load in new chunks. I wanted to build an ice highway in the nether to travel as quickly as possible, and I was going to make it 10,000 blocks long. Alright, it's time I did a little research. Oh, there you are. See, I want a bunch of blue ice. And there's a couple of ways to get it. As far as I know, it spawns in these iceberg biomes, but not too commonly. Okay, so all this is blue ice. And this is the block I want. But why blue ice? Well, fun fact, blue ice will not melt when placed near light sources, but more importantly, it's actually more slippery compared to regular ice and packed ice, meaning you can travel almost twice as fast at top speed. So although it's harder to get, blue ice is definitely worth it. Okay, actually not bad. So just in this little area here, I managed to dig out 250 blue ice so far. So if I went around this whole biome and picked out all the little pockets of blue ice, I could probably get enough for what I need. The alternative is you can craft packed ice into blue ice, I think, but that requires a lot of packed ice. I've already filled up my first shulker box and I'm well on my way to filling up a second one as well. I think the math is I need to fill 6 shulker boxes of this stuff, which is, I mean, a lot. So we're super close to filling up our third and final shulker box for this session. So I'll quickly collect the last blocks for that. But my pickaxe is getting pretty low, so we should probably head home, repair that. But we're doing pretty well. And we still have plenty of blue ice in this biome to mine. This stuff isn't as hard to get as I thought it was. And hey, instead of flying all the way to the end to go and repair my tools at my Enderman farm, why not use this copper farm I've made, since it gives some pretty good XP. This was the last time I saw my new farm started working before it never worked again. Dude, I just found the biggest blue ice iceberg in the whole game. Look at this thing. This entire thing is all blue ice. Where was this? Where was this hours ago when I was just starting off this grind? I literally only need just one more stack now, so I won't even have to mine this whole thing. All right, I definitely already have well over 10,000 blue ice, but just to finish it off nice and neatly, that is our 6th shulker box completely full of blue ice. And after only 6 hours of mining blue ice, I had over the 10,000 blocks I needed. But the grind doesn't end there, because there's still 2 more blocks I need to build this highway. Now this bit's really simple. All I need to do is just stay around here and cut down trees for however long it takes me. And the cool thing about this is every block gives me 4 buttons, because 1 log makes 4 planks and every plank makes 1 button. So really I'm only going to be collecting like 1.5 full shulker boxes of logs, and that shouldn't take me long at all. And in less than 30 minutes, I already have more than enough spruce logs to make all the buttons I need, which meant there was only one component left before we could get building: cobblestone walls. I knew I had a lot of stone hidden away all over my world, so I went around to every chest I could find, turning all the cobblestone into walls. But instead of 10,000, I needed 20,000 walls. So I settled on using some granite and andesite walls as well. And after looting every chest in my world, I just barely had enough walls to fill nearly 12 full shulker boxes. I have now collected 10,000 total blue ice, enough wood for 10,000 buttons, and 11.5 shulker boxes full of different stone walls, which equals up to 20,000 stone walls. Now all there's left to do is let's take all of our shulker boxes full of our materials, let's head over to the nether and let's build this thing. Now of course I want to build this nether highway on the nether ceiling, that way we can easily prevent any mobs from spawning. It'll be completely safe, and let's start building in a straight line for 10,000 blocks. Whoops. So of course the buttons are just here just to prevent any mobs from being able to spawn, because yeah, we don't want any mobs spawning on top of this and then getting in the way while we're trying to zoom real fast. All right, and for the very first time, let's test out this thing and let's see how much speed we can get. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're flying. And it's only gonna look better the longer we make this path. So off I went into the distance building the highway. This was by far the most brainless part of the whole mission. I just walked backwards placing ice, then went back on that with some buttons, rode all the way back to the end, then rinse and repeat. Now, I do know there's a way to save material when building this. You can do it and just skip every second block, but just for my sanity, I think it's easier to just build in a straight line because I'm going to be at this for a while before it's, you know, done. But yeah, I'm fairly sure this works just as well as... Yeah, it's like no different. Look, if I'm ever desperate to build another one of these nether highways and I really want a bunch of easy blue ice, I'll just come to this and just break out every second block. But for now, I'm rich enough to have no gaps. Just the final few blocks. There we go. The ice road is now 10,000 blocks long. So now all that there remains for us to do is to not only finish this side of the wall, but also to finish all 10,000 blocks of the wall on this side, which is going to take a long while. It's going to be fun, I guess. And now starts the part of this journey where I build this wall from here to 10,000 blocks in that direction. Only 1,000 blocks remain in this long journey to create the longest ever nether highway. That's probably not true. It's been a little over an hour, I think, just on this side of the 10,000 walls. So you can imagine how long this entire thing took to build. Look, after all this hard work, I just can't wait to get on that boat and drive the whole length of this thing. All right, this is it. The final lot of walls. All this time, and the nether highway is finished. And now I get the satisfaction of riding it all the way back. And to think I placed every single one of these blocks by hand. Chapter 3. Starting over. You might have figured it out by now that I'm not actually starting a new world, but instead starting a brand new journey in this same world. So let's update our world and head off on a new adventure. All right, and the final thing I gotta do before I go away is I gotta plant the 200 melons. This will be the last time I get the opportunity to do this for a while. And here we go. For one final time, I have just planted 200 melons to this melon farm, which I've done every episode for a very long time now. And this may be the last time I do it for a very long time. We'll have to see, but it's time to say goodbye to the melon farm. But most importantly, it's also time to say goodbye to my netherite beacon, the absolute pinnacle of this whole series. This is everything I risk to lose. All right, this is it. I'm actually getting so nervous right now. I don't know why. It's time to say goodbye to everything behind me and just look forward. It's time to make our portal to the 1.18 chunks. Let's just hope we get a good spawn. All right. Immediately underground. Let's take this to the surface. Well, I said I'd be starting over. All right, let's put everything away. And now all the items I've worked for over the last 2 years are locked away in this obsidian box.